Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds in One Quest. I am your host and DM JC, here with Norm, aka Aronan, the Suffocating, and also Krixis, one Ryan Gupta. That was a fun text message to get on Tuesday. Norm, hey, remember to send me the suffocating rules. Yes. Yep. Here you go.
Yeah. Suffocating sucks.
What was your response there, Norm? Oh
Last,
shit.
yeah. Essentially, my my response was, "Oh shit." Yeah. So basically, I have 3 minutes plus 2 rounds before I die. If I read it correctly.
Pull this up.
Do what we can.
So I do have a couple questions as we get into it, but we'll recap real quick here because we're about a half hour late due to 3 different technical issues beyond our control, mainly mine.
And one leading to the fact that you cannot see me this week. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
we'll get that straightened out though.
JC the DM is a nice big black screen, the way he was intended.
Screen of death.
Don't say that out loud. You might jinx the rest of the show.
Haha. That's fair.
I say that to ratchet up the tension.
Ratchet this.
You want to give us the recap?
Shit, I don't even know if I remember the recap. All right, so
you were being kissed when we started last episode.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we had a whole conversation with Elly about dare I say love's lost? And essentially I told her no thanks for lack of words. I had no words. She got flustered. I am flustered. We decided to let it go. Krixis suggested that she, after this quest, hang out in town. She said she doesn't know if she could do that. So then we went on, found the Dragon Mound after climbing up some hills, found the entrance, went down, got trying to avoid will-o'-the-wisps because they were going down every single passageway and trying to get us to follow them. So we went down the one they came from, to which we came to a crypt, found two coffins, sarcophaguses, things, disarmed the traps, looked for traps, shockingly enough. And then there's a slit in the wall. I decided to cruise through. I did not look for traps. And now I am stuck in a very narrow hallway where I am walking sideways through. And it has collapsed on me. And now I have 3 minutes and 2 or 3 rounds after that in order to get myself out. Does that about sum it up?
Yep. That sounds about perfect. Krixis, you watched Aronan walk into this tunnel. You heard a click, and about the moment you go, it collapsed in on him. There is dust and debris and dirt that just kind of comes billowing out of the cave from a rock collapse that you would expect. What would you like to do?
All right, so too late for a reaction. Would you say that? Like a bonus action?
Yeah, it'd be a little difficult.
All right, so I'm going to then assume it has happened, and I'm reacting to that. So I am going to try to conjure up. Let's do this. Sorry. I thought okay. I had. Can I conjure my spiritual weapon?
You should have spiritual weapon.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to cast spiritual weapon then, and effectively create a pick, like a miner's mattock, and start to hack through the debris.
Okay. So you create that. So you will have, I gotta write this down because there are so many rounds here that we have, because he has 3 minutes, which is actually a lot of rounds, but
dig, motherfucker, dig.
It only lasts for 1 minute of this, so if you're not out by then.
Well, I would say Elly has a spiritual weapon too, but we've been making that random every time, so we're not entirely sure if she could conjure. She would have to roll for something in order to see if she could focus enough.
Yeah. Okay, let's handle this. So Krixis, you have your spiritual weapon. I assume you're going to also be digging at this yourself. So
correct. No.
Your spirit, Elly is kind of beside herself. She screams Aronan as the thing collapses on Aronan, not on her. As you start digging, go ahead and make a attack roll with your spiritual weapon, and then a strength check for you.
All right. Sorry, just give me 1 second as I'm looking up. My spiritual weapon is +5 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
what I will basically say, give me your 2 hit, because that will determine how well things move as well.
17.
17, okay. Then the damage for it then?
9.
9. Excellent.
It's a pretty good roll.
9.
And then your strength check?
Ooh, that's good. 18.
18. Fantastic. Elly's a little dumbfounded at the moment. Like, she's standing there. She yelled Aronan, and she's kind of paralyzation by shock. Is there anything you'd like to do in regards to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna bark out, Elly, I need you.
You do that, and you kind of punctuate it with the throwing of a rock that kind of hits her foot, and she looks down and, oh, yes. So then we'll go through your spiritual weapon and you again, and she'll act on her next turn.
Perfect.
Aronan, give me a strength roll.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be ugly.
I understand.
Good thing you're so good looking.
Man, I am so good looking. 7.
7, yeah. You try and push against these rocks with all your might. Nothing moves at all. Krixis. I need your spiritual weapon attack again, and then another strength check from you.
Spiritual weapon, only 8 to hit.
8. That will hit. It's not
beautiful.
Effective this time. It's kind of hard to miss stationary objects, so it's just how effective the hit is.
That does make sense. It's a 9 damage.
9 damage, excellent. Yep. And then a strength check from you again.
Oh, it's good again. 19.
Ooh, fantastic. You're just hucking stuff over your shoulder, just digging at this. Your spiritual weapon splitting stuff in half.
Digging angry.
Things. Elly summons her spiritual weapon to work alongside you. I don't have her shiznit it up. Sorry about this, folks. Oh, excuse me. She brings up her spiritual weapon, and
it is the form of a tiger.
No, it's in the form of a shovel, man. It's digging. It's got an 18 with that.
Oh, so she
Or,
actually was able to focus.
yeah, she got a rock thrown at her and yelled at. She realizes there's something she can do.
Flashbacks of her dad.
Oh wow, 12 points of damage too. An 18 on the attack with 12 points of damage, and then a strength check for her would bring her to. Let's go with a nice 16 for that. Aronan, you want to give me another strength check? Because you're fighting against these rocks. You're panicking a bit.
Hell yeah, I'm panicking.
Mm-hmm.
5.
You're not getting anywhere, but
No,
you're panicking.
I'm getting nowhere fast.
You do hear the sounds of digging and moving rock, and in your head you do actually. You don't know if you're going to get out, but you know people are fighting to help you. Krixis, same deal, unless you're going to change something up.
Nope. 11 to hit on the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
Hey, JC.
Yes.
I have in my possession those 2 clawed gauntlets.
Yes.
I could put those on and try digging, right?
No. You're restrained. There isn't a lot you can do. You can push against what you're bound. I'm trying to get you some room, but you're not doing well.
Well, no shit.
All right, I got 11 to hit, or 11 damage on the spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then your strength check.
15.
15. Excellent. Elly is spiritual weaponing here, if I can. This. Ooh, a 22 to hit. And then her strength check, as she's scrambling and throwing these rocks, boulders over her shoulder. And you guys occasionally are scrambling, you dig, you both put your hands on the same one, and you don't stop and go, you both grab it and heave it at the same time. One of them hits one of the sarcophaguses behind you, and like you hear large
Boom.
But yeah, exactly. Neither one of you really pay much attention to it as you keep scrambling. Aronan, go ahead and give me another strength check.
Come on, dice. 10.
10. Yes, you're pushing. It shifts a little bit, but you don't gain any room in there. Krixis.
Second verse, same as the first.
Well, this is the fourth, but yeah.
Oh, okay. 24 to hit on a spiritual weapon.
Holy crap, you are motivated.
It gets right at the meat.
Yeah.
And 10. Good damage with that.
Excellent. Splits a large boulder in there, and it kind of topples down in about 3 or 4 pieces. Give me a strength check.
I'm getting tired. It's a 5.
You're getting tired. It's a 5. And you kind of grab some of the smaller ones as your arms are the fatigue's wearing in as you're pulling some of these rocks away. Some of the smaller ones. You take the opportunity where your spiritual weapon broke this boulder into several smaller parts to grab those smaller parts and clear them. Elly is on her spiritual weapon. It actually hit her in the hand, her spiritual weapon. She's not focusing, and it dealt her a little bit of damage. She will not actually be able to clear anything.
Of course.
This turn. It was a nat one. So.
Oh, ouch.
Makes sense.
So she's getting a little frantic as the time passes on. She hasn't actually heard Aronan say anything or anything, and her focus broke a little bit, and she picked the back of her hand with the shovel. Aronan.
I'm gonna yell, "Work harder, please."
Okay.
6.
Okay. You yell, "Work harder, please," and you realize the mistake in it, that you expended air that was in your body, and the rock shifts a little bit, and compresses a little bit, and you're trying to hold it
saw that
back
coming.
from you. Krixis, we're back at you for round 5.
All right, I'm gonna again spur Elly on, indicating she can't really take rounds off right now. But Elly, shake it off, focus, and then I'm gonna go back to swinging with the spiritual weapon here. 14 to hit.
Yep.
And 11.
Oh, nice.
Wish I was attacking dragons with the spiritual weapon right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And my strength check is 15.
15. All right. You keep pulling them out. Elly looks at you, and she's looking at her hand where she hit it, and she looks at you, and she's yeah, and swings, or the shovel digs in again for 14, and another 12 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, she's rocking it. That's 2 12s she's had, and her strength check is a 3. She's starting to. Her arms are sore. She's pulling at the smaller rocks at the bottom, trying to get something to shift. Do you want to keep pushing against the rocks, Aronan?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can do.
You're restrained. There isn't much else you can do physically.
And mentally?
Mentally, I mean, you are a rogue, so the best you can do is think.
I mean, the only other option I saw is I'm able to leap, but I can't leap because I'm restrained, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure how tall is the cavern.
It's hard to tell because there's rocks on your head. Like you're
Oh,
caved in.
so I'm okay. I thought it was just down the sides and not over the top. Okay.
Oh no, you're pretty buried.
Fantastic.
Would you like to push? No.
4.
4. You're pushing against them, and you're maintaining yourself, but you're running out of breath. Round 6, Krixis.
All right. Spiritual weapon.
Yep.
9 to hit.
9. It hits.
11 damage.
11 damage. Excellent. It loosens a rock that you're able to get your hands on. Gives you a handhold to pull it out. Strength check for you.
18.
18. You get like a second wind coming here. You get your hands behind this one and you just heave it over the top.
Boom.
When you actually pull that one, Aronan, inside you see just the faintest little beam of light coming in from the right-hand side.
I can breathe.
No, because the rocks are compressing your chest.
Oh, you dick.
Still dying.
You can see that there's hope coming. You're not suffocating because your mouth is covered or anything like that, or that you're out of air. You're physically unable to expand your chest to breathe.
I feel like he's making this up as he goes.
That's the life of a DM.
I mean, I suppose that's probably since the first session, but
there's a lot of it that is that. Krixis. Oh wait.
Elly?
Oh yeah, Elly. It's Elly's turn.
Yeah.
Say,
Elly.
what? Didn't Krixis just go? He did just go. So, Elly's spiritual weapon. Oh, yeah. That's a nat 20. That's gonna. Oh! And she rolls an 8 on the die for it.
Wow.
So that is 17 points of damage on this. And she reaches up and grabs this boulder, and it's actually incredibly easy for her to grab it where her shovel kind of split and dug into it. She kind of just grabs the two halves like this and goes like that, and they both roll down and out into the cavern. There's more light there, Aronan, now, and she can actually see your hand. She says to Krixis, I see him, I can see him. Krixis.
And Krixis will say, if you can touch him, let him know we're here.
Let's see.
So I see the little dim of light, and I just start kind of waving like, hi, with my hand.
She reaches out, and she's able to just hit your finger. You feel something swat at your finger. Not enough that it can grab your hand or anything, but you felt a gauntleted hand swat at your finger. I assumed it's one of your friends.
All right, so how surgical am I with the spiritual weapon?
How surgical do you want to try and be?
I'm not trying to hit my...
You don't want to hit your... Okay.
With the spiritual weapon.
Then don't nat 1.
Yeah, please.
You're 95% accurate with it when it comes to digging around your friend.
22 to hit.
Absolutely.
And 6 damage.
6 damage. Excellent. Your strength check. You're pulling on these rocks. Moving them out of the way.
4.
4. Oof. Its fatigue is setting in.
Merely pebbles.
Elly gets the shovel out. She's already hit herself with it, so I think you'll be fairly safe, Aronan. She rolls 15 for the shovel. That's 7 damage. The rocks shift, Aronan.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to give me a strength check?
I would like to say yes, but I'm not very confident. I'm switching my dice. Let's take this.
Get it, baby. Go get this now. Come on.
I don't like them apples. I got a 2.
So it shifts and you try and guide it, and it actually comes back and pushes on you. It's actually got your shoulder pinned now. The good news in it is the shifting of the rocks, you're able to actually take a breath in. But then immediately you realize you aren't going to be able to take another breath in when you expend this one. So you've reset your timer on your suffocation, but you aren't in a much better position right now than you were before. Krixis, round 7.
End is in sight. Stay diligent.
Stay diligent. Man.
14 to hit.
14 to hit, okay.
And 9 on the spiritual weapon damage.
9. All right. And then your strength check?
Natural 1.
Nat 1. You are fatigued. You try and heave one of the larger boulders out of the way, and you cannot move it. The spiritual weapon for Elly. Hot damn. 24. And then another 8 damage from it. As the rocks start shifting, Aronan, you can push again if you'd like.
I don't know. Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
Push harder.
9.
9. You're able to actually push the one off your shoulder. You can you have an arm free now. Is there something you'd like to do with your arm? You're holding the boulder away with your left arm, and you kind of have your right arm to do something with. What would
My nose really itches.
Okay.
No,
So you reach up and you rub your nose.
um,
Don't do that. I'll hold you to it.
Bick a booger.
Nope. One arm. It's my left arm, huh?
Your left arm is holding the boulder away. You have your right arm free.
Oh.
The strong man is free.
Okay. Strong arm.
Strong arm is free. Strong arm and the stranger. Stranger's helping you out, holding the boulder away.
I am going to reach out as far as I can with my right arm to see if somebody can grab me.
Okay. Make a dexterity check. Let's go that route.
16.
16. You actually are able to, you kind of lean out and you're reaching out. And as you're reaching out, you're able to maneuver the boulder that's kind of pinning you to the side. And now it's kind of pinching your left shoulder, but your right arm is free and you're reaching out into, and if you look, you can just see the top of Ellie's head. And she's sitting there and she says, I think I can see him. I think I can see him. And you hear her voice. Krixis.
All right. Well, I have to be spurred on by a little bit of success we're having here, so
Absolutely.
I'll attack back with that spiritual weapon. 22 to hit.
Excellent.
And then a whack of 6
Fantastic.
damage.
Yeah, you
Damages.
whacked that 6.
And then hopefully my strength is returned.
We'll see.
Indeed. 19 on the strength check.
19 on the strength check. You are able to pull that large boulder that you were pulling on away from the rock. I'm getting coffee, by the way, everyone. Sorry. I know you probably don't realize that because it's a black screen, but
We can hear you stirring.
yeah, I figured if there was any noises, you guys would realize what I was doing.
Yeah, stirring up a pot of bullshit.
A pot of boulders. You had 6 on the damages. And then you actually pulled the rock that you were pulling. Your pick, chunking a little bit off of it, is able to give you a handhold, get a better hold on it, and actually rip that out of there, revealing Aronan from about the mid-torso up. He's kind of pinned in against the rock. Aronan, you can breathe a bit. It's not a full breath, but it's shallow. Kind of like that song, you know?
No, I'm like, I don't know any breathing in songs. Actually, I do. Pink Floyd, Breathe.
I was gonna say, there's all kinds of breathing songs. Come on, any Britney Spears song is a breathing song.
That would involve me listening to Britney Spears.
No, it would just involve you knowing a Britney Spears song.
That would involve me knowing Britney Spears songs.
I know so many.
I was gonna say,
that does not shock me one bit.
So many.
Tom Norman, you could probably name 4 or 5 Britney Spears songs.
I could sing 45 Britney Spears.
There's our show title. I can sing 45 Britney Spears songs. Ellie's got her spiritual weapon. It's 22. And she deals out 9 more points of damage to this. It's looking very, very positive now. Like, you may still have your friend. I need Aronan, do you want to try and climb out at all? Fight against?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm assuming you need a strength or what?
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity.
Athletics, sure.
Athletics, dexterity.
Strength, athletics, yeah.
Animal handling. How about a history check?
With a history check? Just for good measure, give me a deception.
Hey guys, I'm getting out. Fool you.
Peekaboo.
All right. So what am I doing? Dexterity?
Athletics.
Okay, athletics. I totally lost track of what I was actually doing. 2.
2. No, you're stuck. Your leg would just where you're trying to move your lower body just does not want to move at all. There's something pinned up against your hip, and it's holding you in place. Krixis.
All right. I will use the spiritual weapon again, but focus on the lower extremities to try to bust that part open. 11 to hit.
11 to hit, yep.
5 damage.
5 damage. Kind of lets, Boulder kind of lets loose, and Aronan, you feel the pressure on your hips release a little bit as the rocks kind of slide out a little on your right-hand side there.
Yeah, these hips weren't meant to be constrained.
They don't lie either. Female pop stars today, folks. That's today's show.
Yeah, right.
Take female pop stars for 500, Alex.
Sweet. Bust out the poker face.
Speaking of deception, Elly's spiritual weapon, the shovel of Thunder, digs in and pulls away a large boulder that she actually gets her hands around and rolls away, and all the pressure on your hip. Give me a strength check, Aronan. Rolls away as a lot of these rocks are starting to roll
3
off from you, holding you. And you kind of start rolling out with these rocks, but your ankle is pinned. And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as the rocks kind of slide out and push you in an awkward way that twists your ankle, which is still being held by these rocks.
Sounds about right.
Krixis.
All right.
If this man had any strength, he'd be out of here.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna attack with the spiritual weapon and start with the strength check to pull him free.
Okay.
Yeah, the dice are not friendly with me at all today.
Yeah, 16 on the strength check.
16 on the strength check. You are able to pull Aronan free, but Aronan, there's a tremendous pain in your leg as he does so. And you scream out as you take 6 more bludgeoning damage as another rock boulder lands and flips and hits your leg as it was collapsing, but they drag you out of this rock pile.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Elly runs over right away and puts her hands on your leg and cast Cure Wounds for 5.
Can you reattach it, Doc?
5. She used 2 spell slots and gave you 10 hit points. 2 ones on the D8s.
Jeez.
Lord lady.
She is just scattered right now.
Yeah. She panic cured. Is what she did. It didn't go well.
I'm gonna look at Krixis and say, well, I wouldn't recommend going that way. Let's try going around.
Krixis laughs out loud because we're going to take a break here and make sure everything's all right.
And take a short rest.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be a decent idea.
And just, just kind of talk through the paths and maybe DM. I don't quite remember what our options are for traversing this cave. Maybe if you had a second, you could refresh
Pull the map back up for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the map, I think, and I'm just not sure which ways we've gone.
The only way we've gone is the east.
Yep. You went out to the east side, and those 2 little rectangles are the 2 fake sarcophaguses, and that little squiggly line that connects that with the southern room there, that's the tunnel that you just pulled Aronan out of.
Yeah, sure. So we're not going that way.
Yeah, so basically when we went down the tunnel, we went counterclockwise around that that center pillar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think, yeah, we will take a short rest. And Aaron, if you need to use any hit dice or anything, I'm not sure where you're at.
I'm at 30. I'm good. Elly healed
Okay.
me for 10, which I was at max life before.
Okay.
So I'm only down
All
1.
right. So let's start moving to the west then.
Okay. So you head out and you head back down the tunnel to where the staircase was. Do you have a choice to go north or south around that staircase? Which direction would you like to go?
Well, Krixis, how would you feel, and Elly, because you're still here, how would you how would you feel about going south to see if we can catch up to where that path was going?
I'm comfortable as long as we're checking for traps.
Yes. Note to self. Note to self.
That's a very good idea, she says.
I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees and pretend to start crawling and looking for traps as we go.
Okay.
Or not pretend, but kind of like being facetious, overly cautious.
Dramatic about it.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're kind of headed down that southern hall, and you don't see the wisp that you saw earlier. But you're kind of being overly dramatic about it, going, "I'm checking for traps. I'm checking for traps. I'm checking for traps. And you hit it with what do you like checking for traps with? Like a sword or your foot or?
I have the strong arm in one and the stranger in the other, and I'm just kind of poking at things.
Poking at things on the walls and stuff?
Yep.
Okay. And you're saying, I'm checking for traps, I'm checking for traps, I'm checking for traps, and make a dexterity saving throw for me. As your foot goes through some sort of parchment-like paper in the floor.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You put your foot through this parchment paper and go, I found one. And then as you look at it more closely, you realize that there is a like skin, like a leather piece, a thin leather piece of hide stretched over a couple of sticks that's been covered up with some dirt. And if you actually poke at it, you find where the supports are, and you actually collapse the whole thing. It's a 5-foot pit trap that falls 10 feet deep into rusty swords.
Oh. It couldn't just be swords. They had to be rusty. In case I didn't die, they give me freaking lockjaw.
These people are straight up evil.
Do they have tetanus shots in Neverwinter?
No, they have cure disease spells.
Giving MCs lockjaw. Second time in a week.
So you have a 5-foot gap that you need to jump over if you want to proceed or find a way over.
Well, I'm okay with jumping because I have something that I'd have to look up that allows me to run and jump further, right?
Probably. If you took a 10-foot run, this is not going to be a very difficult jump. It's a 5-foot jump to dirt and rock on the other side. It's not the ceiling's not super low or anything. So
yeah.
Is this dexterity or athletics?
Either or.
Okay.
You do athletics or acrobatics. Either one of those would work.
Yeah, climbing no longer costs you extra movement, and when you make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by 4 feet.
There you go. So Aronan says, hey, no, I got this. Check this out. Go ahead and make a acrobatics or athletics check. Whichever one you want.
Definitely acrobatics. 16.
16. He gets a little 10-foot running start, and he kind of springs off the one end of it, and he lands a good 4 feet beyond, 5 feet beyond the edge of the hole, perfectly safe. And Ellie's like, okay.
I'm actually going to pull my rope out and offer
Yep.
to have them tied around their waist in case they miss.
Smart.
That's not a bad idea.
So I'm going to throw half the rope over.
Okay. Let's see.
Hold that. I'll be right back.
Ellie's going to try and catch it. She misses catching it. She reaches out as Aronan throws that rope. And she reaches out and grabs it and kind of falls down the hole and hits it. Aronan pulls the rope back up and makes that attempt again to throw it. And she misses it again. And she looks at Krixis and says, you want to try and catch us? I'm flustered from the cave-in back there.
I will try to catch it.
Okay, so make a dexterity check to try and catch the rope as Aronan pulls it up a third time and beat a 10.
Only 9, but it's
9? 9? Yeah. You get your hands on it and fumble it and it kind of falls to the ground. She sees it fall to the ground and she's able to step on it before it slides down the thing after the third attempt of throwing this rope across the 5-foot gap.
Teamwork.
They finally have it.
Nice.
It's just not as easy as you think.
It's 50 feet. I could have tossed you 25 and had it land on the ground and not.
It's fair.
Elly ties it around her waist, says, take up some of the slack. That's only a 10-foot fall.
Yep, so I'm going to rein in pretty much until it's... Is she taking a running start?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're going to have to, like...
I'm going to start
she's running.
Rolling it back in as soon as she starts running. Like,
okay,
you know...
Yep. Give me a sleight of hand check. You should be pretty damn good at that, though.
16.
16? Okay, yeah. And then she gets a running start. And I need a strength check from you as she misses the lip. She trips before she gets to the hole.
Shut up.
A 4, dude. A 4.
9.
9. Krixis, you see Elly make her running start, and she trips. And she falls down the hole. Aronan is not expecting it, and it yanks him hard. Now, I have a question for you, Aronan. You have a choice. Do you let go, or do you try and hang on?
Boy. How close am I? Was I pretty close to the edge?
Yeah, because you were trying to hold up as much, keep that slack to a minimum. So you're right there to try and do that as you're fiercely winding it around your arm.
Oh boy, that is a decision.
5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna let go.
Okay, you let go. Elly falls. She takes. Where is this? I'm gonna find this trap.
No bueno.
Yeah, no bueno at all. She takes.
But that, I mean,
5 piercing damage.
Ooh.
As she hits the rusty swords below her.
Oh. Might want to get that looked at. I mean, it's on par for what I would do. It's.
Oh yeah. Well, the had you held on, there would have been a D6 of damage for you too as well.
Yeah.
Falling in. So Krixis, you see this. You see Elly trip, fall. You see Aronan try and pull on it, realize he's going to fall in and let go of the rope. And you hear Elly hit the bottom of this pit with a thud.
I mean, I'm all Ooh.
And that's
Um,
literally what she said. She's, ow.
I'm hurt.
You were supposed to hold on.
You weren't supposed to trip.
Obviously. But that's what the rope was for. She's trying to stand up.
Krixis, you want to try jumping over and helping me haul her up?
yeah, I will just straight jump over.
Okay, Elly moves off to the side, hearing that you're jumping. Go ahead and make your athletics or dexterity. What was it?
Yeah, it's a 7.
Aronan, I need a dexterity check from you as you see that Krixis is not going to make it. He jumped earlier than you thought he would.
Motherfuckers.
Well,
It's not hard. A 10 gets you across this gap.
What is this? Dexterity?
Dexterity.
6.
6. You reach out for him and you guys touch fingertips as Krixis goes down. Elly's at the bottom here, and she does her best to try and break your fall. So
I'm not gonna lie. This whole session sums up what this morning has been in regards to D&D for us.
you're absolutely right.
it literally, from the technical issues to everything,
Apropos.
you only end up taking a point of damage, Krixis, as she prevents you from hitting any of the swords or anything on the ground.
Cool.
And the two of you are at the bottom of this pit looking up at Aronan. You have his rope and you're downwind there with you, so she starts spooling it up to throw it up to Aronan. And she grabs the one end that's still kind of tied around her. She spools up the other and then throws it up there, and throws it up. Actually, it arcs up over your head, Aronan, and kind of drapes across your shoulder. You have this rope that's tied around Elly below you.
All right. Krixis, why don't you give her a boost, and we'll see if we can get her up.
Okay, so you alley-oop.
All assists.
Yep, so then it is a athletics check at advantage because of the assist. And you're able to both pull her up with the rope tied around her and the boost from Krixis. Elly is up on the other side of this pit.
I'm going to untie the rope from her, and I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to drop it down to Krixis.
And she just kind of walks a little bit further down the tunnel and
Hey, Elly, you want to
very quiet.
You want to come back here and actually help me, lift him up? He's not exactly the lightest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And she comes back and grabs the one end of the rope. Krixis, go ahead and make an athletics check to climb at advantage. Ten. It's way more difficult than you think it should be. But you arm your way up and you get up out of this pit and kind of sit on the edge for a second.
I'm just gonna take my rope and put it back in my bag, and yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and just shake my head.
I think there's a lot of shaking the head in disbelief.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're gonna head south.
Yeah,
you're
Conversation.
You're just before the opening that opens up into that southern room.
Okay.
There.
All right, I'm gonna go first. Still looking for traps.
You don't find any traps, but when you walk into this room, there's a pile of bones and a rotting leather saddle on top of it. And as you step into the room, the bones start rolling around and constructing themselves. And as you watch kind of in amazement as the whole thing kind of piles itself up into a skeletal horse. and it kind of looks at you.
I'm gonna look at Krixis and say, "Well, that's new."
Yeah. Certainly unnatural.
I'm not going near it, Elly says.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I have pretty decent animal handling, so I'm going to go near it.
As you go near it, it lowers its head to you and kind of pushes its skull against your hand as you go forward. It seems friendly.
I'm gonna look around the room. Is there anything that we're not seeing, or is there anything that? Yeah, I'm just gonna look around the room to see if there's anything else that we're missing that could be attacking us, or that's of note.
Make a perception check.
You grew another head there, Cooch.
Yeah, it's my mini-me.
9.
9. Yeah, you don't notice anything. What you do notice is the small crevice where the rock collapse had happened from the other side, and you see that it is sealed off by a rock.
I'm gonna nudge Elly and say, "I could have made it."
Could have. You gotta check for traps, though.
Nah, well,
Apparently
that's neither here nor there.
She looks at you and says, "Apparently, it doesn't help us much, though." And she's kind of got like this wry, self-deprecating smile on her face, knowing that she tripped and fell in the pit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The skeletal horse is taking a shine to you, Krixis.
I want to get on it, but it is so weird. I'm gonna get on the. Wait a second. So there's a saddle on there. Does it appear safe to, like, sturdy?
Kind of rotting a little bit. It's a little dried out, and you know how leather gets, like an old baseball glove, or it might snap or something.
Sure, but I mean, baseball gloves get better the more flexible they are. So
it's true.
Probably not the same with a saddle. I'm gonna get on it.
I'm gonna tell Krixis as he's climbing up to mind the taint. You don't want to take a bone in the pooper.
It's fair. It's fair. That's the best advice I've ever received.
Bone in the pooper would be a show title too. That may be a little too graphic.
Might give people a wrong idea about our podcast.
Maybe.
Or it might attract new people.
It could do that too.
It's a whole new audience.
You end up climbing up on this skeletal horse, and it allows you to ride it. You have, maybe when you're up on it, you probably have about 5 feet of clearance before the ceiling.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to duck down, and then I'm going to, like, pet where its mane would normally be, almost urging it forward to say, take me where you'd want to take me.
Make an animal handling check.
Calgon, take me away.
It's very good. It's 19.
Excellent. The horse actually starts trotting a little bit, and it goes back down the tunnel and jumps the pit. It will take you around. Let's see. It's going to take you around to the east side of the circle and up the north chamber. It gets where that takes a left and then a right away. It gets to that before it goes straight up after taking that right. It stops right there. And it like puts its nose down and like taps, and you hear like a hollow like drum sound.
Okay.
From the ground.
Was everyone able to follow?
Elly started running after you as soon as the horse took off.
Do they have to jump the pit again?
Yep. Yes, she does, and I hope this goes well for her. No problem. She gets over the pit with no issue. Aronan, are you following?
No, I am going to stay in the room that we're at because I am very curious about that room.
Okay. Okay, then what I am going to do is you see Ellie go and jump, and she kind of looks back and she says, Aronan, are you coming?
Yeah, I'll find you guys in a bit. I'm gonna stay and check this out.
Okay, I'll come. I don't like you staying here by yourself.
Nah, I'll be fine.
Okay. I'll let you know where we went. And she runs up around the right hand side.
What are you gonna do? Call me?
Well, no. I'll come back and tell you, you dolt. She runs off and finds where Krixis ended up going.
I make one of these kind of faces because I didn't think she heard me because I didn't think I said it loud enough.
And so she goes and finds Krixis. What would you like to do, Aronan, in this room?
So you said I didn't necessarily see anything, right?
Correct.
All right. I am going to wander in. I'm just going to kind of keep my eyes open for any traps and kind of, slowly step foot because they've all been floor traps at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to kind of work my way in because I see it goes down south and it kind of goes to a point.
Yep. You're going to wander your way back into that little corner.
Yeah, and hope I don't get trapped in the corner.
You actually, in that corner, you find a remnants of like a cloth that with like a knight's sigil on it. You think it might have been draped on the horse at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shield with a sword running behind it from the top to the bottom, and on the shield there's a rose.
Is there any writing on it?
Nope. The shield's got a red background to it.
I'm gonna put it in my bag in case to see if anybody else knows what it is. I don't think I know what it is at this point.
Nope. Actually, make an intelligence check.
12.
12. Yeah, no. It's familiar in a strange way, but you can't place where you might have seen it before.
All right.
Krixis Elly comes up behind you. Says, "Why'd you stop? You were waiting for us?"
I am not in control of this animal.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just stay here. Hopefully. I know you went this way. I'm gonna go tell Aronan where we went. He wanted to look at something back there yet. I don't know what he better come back straight to us. If he goes anywhere else, he's gonna end up in a rock slide that we won't be able to get him out of because we won't know. Anyway, I'll be back. And she runs off.
I'm gonna just kind of pet the horse,
Mm-hmm.
and then start to climb down slowly and carefully.
Okay. Yep. It is very very receptive to you. It's almost like it's your own horse. It's familiar and it's not bucking and it's not. But you also think it was trying to tell you something. I don't know if you picked up on that. I think you did.
All right. I don't think I did.
Oh, okay. So what do you do then?
I'm gonna look ahead to see what's ahead. I mean, what might have caused the horse to stop?
there's about 10 feet, and then there is a stone pillar that kind of comes down, and you can't really see off to the left or right so much. If you get far to one side, you can see a sarcophagus on each side.
All right. Well, I'm certainly not going to inspect the sarcophagi without my team. So I'm just going to stay with the horse until my team returns.
Okay. At that point, Elly shows back up at the other side of the pit trap, Aronan.
Okay.
So she calls to you. We went to the north tunnel. The horse apparently stopped, so I don't know what's going on there.
I'm gonna yell. Oh, go ahead.
Are you gonna come back with us this time?
Yeah, I'm on my way. Tell Krixis not to go any further. If the horse stopped, there's probably a reason.
Okay. I'm gonna wait here until you jump across this pit.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to do in that room before you?
Is there any? I'm just gonna take one last look around to be sure I'm not missing anything.
Nope. You don't see anything else.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go and follow.
Okay, go ahead and make your athletics or acrobatics check to jump the pit.
20.
Easily. You catch it, and she kind of holds out an arm to kind of like catch you, and you just kind of high five it as you go by. Like you didn't even need her help. You just turn over it. You continue walking down the tunnel heading to the north. Krixis, eventually, Aronan and Elly come back after a few minutes. What would the three of you like to do?
Well, as I see them coming up, I'm going to say the horse led me here. There are some sarcophagi. I wonder if the former owner was in this and is buried here.
How far? So you went past the point where the horse stopped?
No, he has not.
I'm just peering into the room.
Okay. So I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and inspect the area in front of the horse, because I'm assuming the horse sensed a trap or something.
A very familiar hollow sound happens as you're kind of tapping on it with your dagger, and you poke it right through a leather thing with dirt covering it, and you find the things, and you are able to collapse another one of these pit traps.
The horse is smarter than Krixis, clearly.
So you have a 5-foot pit trap to jump across.
All right, I'll go first, I guess.
No. I stop him.
Okay.
I get on the horse.
Excellent.
Back it up. Grab a rope from Aronan.
Yep.
And we jump across.
All right. No problem. Horse makes it easily.
And then the rope is now across, and I can kind of assist.
Yes.
Morbidly, I want to just like tie the rope around the horse's rib cage or something like that, but I don't know how spectral horses work. So
it's not spectral, it's bone. You think you may be able to tie it off on the
that's
horse?
what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna find a thick bone and tie that rope around that thick bone.
You find that thick bone.
You are able to. I need a dexterity check for your knot tying, or a sleight of hand check. What? You froze. There you are. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. 13.
13. Yep. You tie a good knot there, and Elly's actually holding the one end, and Aronan, you kind of look at it and you go, well, hell, I could actually just grab the rope and kind of monkey my way across it. It's only 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to jump, or do you want to grab the rope and try and go that way?
Actually, should we wait till next week?
Sure. Yeah, we can wait till next week. How are you going to attempt it?
I'm going to jump.
You're gonna jump. Okay.
I'm
You
going to
run
tempt the
back.
fates.
You jump, ignoring the rope, and we'll have you roll to start next week.
Sounds good.
We'll see where you end up. Oh my God, was that episode? Talk about game representing life.
Yeah, scattered.
Technical difficulties this morning.
Interesting.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week. This has been Two Nerds One Quest. We are on Twitter. I am Tom M. Norman, TOMMNORMAN. That is Wildfire1265, your DM, Wildfire1265. And Cooch is Crazy Cooch, CRAZY KOOCH. And we are Two Nerds One Quest with the number 2, number 1. So number 2, Nerds, number 1, Quest. You can follow us live every week on Sunday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Central Time in the United States. And that's twitch.tv/TomMNorm, TOMMNORM. And you can find the podcast anywhere where you get your podcast from. So there's all that fun stuff, all that information. Use it wisely and responsibly.
How do you use it irresponsibly?
It's a good question.
I could name some ways, and then people would do it, and then that would make me sad.
Yeah, no. Actually, I just started thinking about it.
Yeah,
there are many ways to use
you're
that
tempting the internet. Don't tempt the internet.
No. All right, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. That is Tom, Norm. That is Cooch, Aronan, Krixis. I've been your DM, JC. We will see you guys all next week.
Go kill it.
Peace.
Yay.